Welcome, my 3D printing enthusiast who love to build sci-fi ships. So I had done a 3 foot, 37, 38 inch, I think, Star Destroyer. It came out really cool. And I decided to go with another favorite sci-fi show that I love, Battlestar Galactica. So I was debating or not whether to print between the Battlestar Galactica or the Battlestar Pegasus. I opted to go with the Pegasus because it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit newer, more firepower, 4 hangars. So we'll get back to the Battlestar Galactica after we get this job done. But for all intents and purposes, the size, I looked at online for the biggest Battlestar Galactica ever built by 3D printing in the world. And the biggest one that I found was a 36-inch, 37-inch model. And I just thought, that just isn't big enough. So I decided I am going to build the biggest Battlestar Pegasus 3D print with my Bamboo P1S in the world. So with that being said, I am 80% through my 1033 scale Battlestar Galactica Pegasus. Take a look. So these are the pieces that we have finished right now. All of the big print pieces are done, with the exception of the rear half of the 8 engine nacelle pieces. So I have the forward sections of the engines right there. I still got to work on removing the support and support pieces stuck in between the lines. And then these 4 pieces right here are the first 4 of 8. I've got them stacked on top of each other because obviously room is a premium right now with my 2 7-foot tables that are just completely occupied. So this thing should come out close to 72, 73 inches long, 2.5 feet wide, and about 2 feet high. Or maybe it's 2.5 feet high, 2 feet wide. Not sure, won't know till we get the baby put together. But as far as I can tell, this is double the biggest Battlestar ship ever 3D printed in the world. So stay tuned. We're going to get you some more updates as we start. While we're finishing the print, still have about 3 to 5 weeks worth of small print parts left to print in the addition to the engine nacelles. Then we're going to start cleaning up the parts of support pieces that are stuck in between. And as you can see, just the major support pieces for such large parts. And while we're doing that, as we go through the videos, I will show you how to scale up your models to a respectable size and how you will have to cut those parts and either cut them in a plane or a dovetail form. I chose to use dovetail because in that way the parts were easily to locate to put back together to make the original one print piece that it was originally meant to be. But obviously you are not printing these pieces. This was supposed to be a one-piece print at its original intended size. After I got done scaling it up 200%, obviously this was not going to fit in my build area of my Bamboo P1S. So I had to break that piece down into 3 pieces. We dovetailed it on the cut so the pieces snap back together. We did put modeler cement glue in when we went through to assemble them to make sure that they don't snap back out. But looking at another piece here, you'll be able to see the dovetails that are created when you choose that option for cutting your parts down in order to being able to get them to a manageable size to making them build. I also used a 8% infill on my parts instead of 100% because when this thing is said and done, it is still probably going to weigh somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-some kilos. Well, not kilos, 30-some pounds. And at 100% infill, this thing would probably have been monstrous and almost impossible to move with one person. But the parts are small, or the parts are light, but they're durable. I have thick in walls, thick outer walls, and then with that 8% infill, it gives it just enough of the rigidity that you don't have to worry about the parts breaking. So we're going to get this online so you can see what's coming. I hope you tune in for more updates as we start putting her together.